Hi, welcome to a busy day in the kitchen. I'm going to get my apron on because we have a couple of things that we need accomplished today that's going to set us up for the future. If you're new around here, my name is Lauren and I am a beginner homesteader about 3-4 generations in, trying to revive my great grandparents' property and bring along all the things that was taught to me throughout my years. But one thing that is brand new to at least me and my family is kombucha. So I learned how to make kombucha about 3 summers ago. So 2025 will be the fourth summer, I believe. And it's been sitting dormant in the refrigerator pretty much all winter because nobody wanted some cold, bubbly drinks like they want hot. But since we had a whole entire week of 80 degrees here, ending March, getting into April, the crew wanted some kombucha and they realized none was made. So I got on it. Meanwhile, the kombucha was like tripling its SCOBY. So I'm going to pop that into another jar that's going to be in a fridge just in case somebody is begging for a SCOBY. And I already got one batch made. And in the fall time, we made some apple cider vinegar. Nope, I'm sorry, apple scrap vinegar. So I took the scraps, soaked them into some water and sugar. And then I started a SCOBY, finally, a vinegar SCOBY. I don't know if you guys could tell that white foam. I'm going to get the vinegar strained out of here because we are excited to finally have that. This apple cider vinegar is going to be perfect for salad dressings. We are growing lettuce in our garden like we do every single year, and so it will be perfect to actually make our own salad dressings and use our own apple scrap vinegar. This is not going to be used for canning. So if you guys like to can with apple cider vinegar, I will purchase actual store bought vinegar where the acid is at the right level for canning. But for salad dressings, marinades on meats, you name it, this apple scrap vinegar is going to be perfect, wonderful. So let's get that done now. So I wanted to show you guys the difference. This is the mother from the kombucha, the dark brown because it's tea colored. And this is the mother from apple cider vinegar. And so, of course, this one is newer. It's only, 10 months, 8 months old. Whereas this one is like 3 years. But it doesn't matter. So we're going to hold on to this guy because we're going to need him possibly this summer to do peach vinegar. We'll put them in a jar and we're going to fill this quart-sized jar up with some of the vinegar so that he doesn't dry out. We're ready to rock and roll for our first canning session of the year. We are canning up baby bella mushrooms. I picked this up as a great deal at Lidl's grocery store for April's grocery haul. And I could not wait because I usually find a great deal between them, Food Lion, and Kroger every single spring. And it allows for me to can up for homemade cream of mushroom. So my canner came with an instruction book as well as a couple other books that I've had over the years where you can can your own mushrooms. One of my favorite ways to do it is just plain with water and a little bit of citric acid. That allows for me to flavor it any way I want. Sometimes we make cream of mushroom sauce out of it. Sometimes we add the mushrooms to chicken pot pie. Sometimes we add it into a regular soup. I don't want it flavored any other way but the flavor of mushroom, so that I do not lose that wonderfulness of the mushroom to like beef or thyme or rosemary. This is a hot pack method. So here I have some water that's coming to a boil. And I have my 1/4 canning jars ready and rock and roll. We like the 1/4 because if we're going to add it to soups, this is a great size. If you're going to make cream of mushroom sauce on it, I'll probably use 2. I have 2 cases ready to roll if we need them. So I'm starting off with 1 case, already washed and cleaned. I just store them in here for the next few minutes. And all of my mushrooms have been rinsed through, and yeah, so we're going to get these into the hot water to start packing. All right, so our mushrooms have been given a quick little boil, and now it's time to put into the jars. I was so excited to dust that canner off, get it all prepped up for our first canning session of the year. Last year we had moved into a new home during this time frame, and so I totally got behind in canning. Matter of fact, my whole routine was thrown off so much for the first few months of moving, and I just could not center myself. I could not get things going, and so a lot of the canning I had to do whatever I could when I could. But we totally missed out on having these mushrooms during the winter time. Sometimes my son does not like to eat mushrooms. He'll pick it out of food. But it's okay with me because I'm doing this for his health. And when you can mushrooms, anything that leaks out at high temperature, it stays right in that liquid. And guess what? We're using that liquid to make broth. So he's getting something of value out of it. A lot more than what that tin can is offering. We love to can this time of year because there's some foods that we are unable to get due to how warm it is down here. And one of them is plums. That is a spring fruit my husband loves. It's more readily available up north where he's from, and so he's like, can we do something with plums this year? My eyes are out trying to see if there's anything that comes along so that I could either make plum jam, plum sauce, or something. So my little guy is trying his best to help. Those jars are so hot to touch. And that's why he's like only trying to put the ring on the jar that is not too hot on the flat. But he does an excellent job of always jumping in the kitchen and helping wherever. He really likes to not only help, but I think he likes the chemistry part of food. That it went into the pan one way and it came out the other. That's where his little science brain goes. And there we have it, guys. I ended up with about 10 4 ounces and 4 8 ounces. And that is the apple cider vinegar that I got from the apple scraps. I'm going to share the apple cider vinegar with my parents and go ahead and get this on the pantry shelf for next year. I want to show you guys an example of what you can do with the cream of mushrooms. So I have the jar. One of the jars that I just canned didn't actually seal. So I threw it in the refrigerator right away. And we're going to actually use it today. So this whole entire jar is about 8 ounces. We're going to actually drain it off into the pot, get it warmed with some flour and butter. So first let's put in about a tablespoon of butter in the pot. Once we got the fat melted down, I'm going to add a nice tablespoon and go ahead and whisk that in. We're looking for sort of a paste. Now you're going to pour in the actual liquid from the cream of mushrooms, but leave the mushrooms out from now as best as you can. Okay, whisk or stir. I'm going to add in 1 cup of milk and reserve another half a cup if it gets too thick. Just let it simmer here and let it kind of come to a light boil, very light boil. You don't want it to boil too hard because it'll bubble up, boil over, and you'll scorch the bottom of your pan, giving it a toasty taste that you may not want in your food. But I'm going to let it simmer. If you put your top on it, don't walk away because it will simmer and boil faster. I'm going to do it without the top, coming by every 5 minutes to give it a good whisk and make sure that there's no clumps forming. So this is going into our chicken pot pie. So I need to get my crust ready so that this sauce can pour right over my veg and my chicken, and then my crust goes right on top. Look at that. It's nice and thick, almost as if you added a can of milk to your cream of mushroom can soup. Let's pour this over. It may not be Pinterest worthy, but y'all, it's so good. So I hope you're able to can up some mushrooms so you can have your own cream of mushroom. You see how easy it is. And depending on how much you need when you make a dish, you can go up a size. We are also going to do this with celery because sometimes we love cream of celery in dishes, especially if I'm making a creamy chicken noodle soup. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my pot pie, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for dropping by. Hit the like and subscribe, and get that garden ready to start canning. Bye.